Friends, out of all the people and characters that are presented in the Passion narrative, I can't help but have my attention be drawn to Herod and to think of how both enviable and pitiable he is in that story. Luke tells us that when Pilate sends Jesus to Herod, that Herod was very glad to see Jesus. He had been wanting to see him for a long time, for he had heard about him and had been hoping to see him perform some sign. He questioned him at length, but he gave him no answer. Herod wanted to see a sign. And friends, Herod is enviable in this. He saw a sign. In Jesus, standing before him as a prisoner, treated with contempt and mockery and scorn, he was seeing the fulfillment of all the prophecies. He was seeing the culmination of Israel. He was seeing love with a capital L unmasked. He was seeing God standing before him, not demanding the praise and obedience that was his due, that is his due, but rather offering himself entirely, holding nothing back. He was seeing God not clinging to godliness, but rather emptying himself. As St. Paul says, for even just the chance that he might draw us back to himself and to the Father in the Spirit. Friends, that's the sign. It's the one we put up in all of our churches right up there. It's the one we put up in all of our classrooms around campus, the ones we put up in our homes and on our necklaces. God, emptied of everything except his surpassing love for us. But Herod is pitiable in this. He does not see it. He will not see it. He clings too tightly to his own preconceived notions, his own ideas about what power is and what this life here below is about. And he misses God standing right before his very eyes. He misses the redemption of humanity, indeed of the entire universe, when it's right under his very nose. And so we come back to Holy Week again, as we do each year. And in the coming days, we will dwell on the unfathomable depths of God's love manifested in his passion and death, and in due course in his resurrection as well. We come back to it again and again to be reminded of a love that is too good to be true and yet still is. We come together and we read the prophecies. We pray for the Spirit to open our eyes and our minds and our hearts so that that love might not pass us by, but draw us up into it. Friends, Herod might be envied, or he might be pitied, or both, but he is not to be imitated. This week, as we enter this final stage of our Lenten journey, look with the eyes of faith to see the sign that is given in Jesus Christ. This week, if we have eyes to see it, we will see a king, a God, empty himself and lower himself, so that we, his people, might be filled and might be raised on high.